Tyler librarian says her First Amendment rights were violated when she was fired from her job. Good evening and thank you for joining us. Tonight she's suing the city, and it all centers around a sign that was placed outside the library. The sign reads, "A truly great library has something in it to offend everyone." In this 18-page lawsuit filed in federal court, 20-year employee Ashley Taylor alleges the sign was not placed there by her. Instead, was placed at the front doors to the entryway of the library off South College Avenue in downtown Tyler by another employee. According to her attorney, William S. Hummel, Taylor claims she didn't sign off on it and had no part in it. Several names are mentioned in the lawsuit, including the city of Tyler, Grassroots America We the People, and some of its members, Deputy City Manager Stephanie Franklin, as well as City Council member and mayoral candidate Stuart Haney. Attorneys for Taylor states Councilman Haney, quote, publicly confronted Miss Taylor in the library atrium, demanding the sign's permanent removal. Taylor was later given an opportunity to either be demoted or fired. She chose demotion. The city later fired her, claiming she violated a non-disclosure policy when she communicated with a third-party investigation. Taylor's attorney sent us this statement that reads in part, "She was publicly humiliated by an elected official acting at the direction of a political advocacy group, stripped of her title under a policy violation that city officials admitted did not exist, and ultimately terminated on a pretextual basis manufactured after an independent investigator found no wrongdoing." We've got the full details and allegations made by that lawsuit on our website. We've also reached out to the city, who said it could not comment on pending litigation.